Students, I'm your teacher Preeti Mishra is going to start the revision basics of Python. As you are already aware in class 11th about the Python, it's basically developed by Guido van Rossum in the year of 1991, and it is basically used for the software development, web development, system scripting, mathematics, and there are many more uses. Now in all the areas we are using basically Python. So it's easy to use, easy to learn. Now the basic features of Python, as we have already discussed earlier in the classes: easy to use interpreter language. It means we are using the interpreter for converting the program into machine language. And we have third feature, cross platform language. It means we can run the program which is created in Python in different platform, like different operating system, Windows, Linux, equally nowadays. So it's very simple language. Now fourth one is the expressive language, completeness, free and open source. You can easily download by using a website python.org, as you are already aware about that. Now, but there are some shortcomings of Python because it contains lesser libraries, slow language, and weak on type binding. You are already aware with that. And as you are aware, we have two mode in Python. Number one is the interactive mode. Here you can see the black screen which is displayed right now on your mobile, and second one is your IDLE. This is your white screen where you can easily type the things, whatever the program you are going to do. And here is a command prompt, as you are aware, where we have to type all the commands. So basically here we are using the interpreter. Next one is here how to work in Python in script mode. As you are already aware how to open it, go to the file menu, then new, in IDLE shell. So we have to write this print hello, or you can also write print world, or again here is written print Python is. So after then you have to save that file, and the extension you have to write here .py. So this is the basically your interactive mode. Now the next is your running, how to run a program. As you're aware about that, we have already done. So this is the basic revision that you can see here. After then, about the data types, as earlier you are aware that Python does not have any existing data types. Data types generally, are you are already aware with that data type. Data type basically store the data value according to the variable type. So here are different data type like number, string, boolean, list, tuple, set, dictionary. So as per the requirement we are using the data types. So number one is your number in Python. Basically Python has three numeric types. Number one is integer, number two is floating point numbers, number three is a complex number. Integer numbers, integer number basically we can store the integer value. You can see the short program here. We are taking the variable and we are printing the values. Why I'm telling about this, because many students may have some problem regarding the revision, so I'm starting from the beginning, so you have no problem at all. So here data types continue. In data types we have, as you are aware, int data type. It is used for converting one data type to another data type. Means like by default, as you are aware, whatever we are typing, it is string. So we need to convert it with the help of int function. We can convert into integer, so we can do the calculation. So look here the example, a equal to 101, then we are converting this value into integer format. Same here, we have float value, we are converting into C variable in int format. So see the output also here. So this output will show you on the screen when you will type this program in the script or interactive mode. Same here, floating point number, basically for positive or negative real number with the decimal point. You can store here positive or negative, both the values. Next is your type conversion. Float function you can also use to convert your values into decimal format. So we can do the calculation in decimal format. Now the third one is your complex number. As you're already about the complex number in maths, same here. We can show our data in complex format. It contains real and imaginary part. In real part we are taking here x, and imaginary part we are taking y. So if you want to generate a complex number, here we are writing complex in the bracket 5. So if it is going to display with the help of print a, you can see here in the output it is given there. The same format 5 will be generated in the complex number format. Now the next one is here. You can see now we have string data type. A string is a sequence of character in Python. We can create string by using single inverted commas, double inverted commas. Both are same in Python. So either you are using single or double, it's your choice. So here we are writing computer science with this variable, and now you can see in the output when you are writing str0, it will show you only the 0 index number. It means C it will show you. Then we are taking the index number 1 2 3. It will take the second, means from O to M. So means 3 less than 3 means it will be here less than 2. After then we have 3 colon. It means it will start from 3 and till last it will show you the output. So compute PUTRSCINC will display here. So as it is, it will goes on. Next is here you can see data type continue. In this you can see here we are taking here for loop, as you know how to see the value. So I means it will show you the every character. So print will show every character in new line. So see the output computer science. Now we have the bool data type. Bool data type is basically to store the true or false. So it help you to show the result of any calculation, any condition whatever you write, like a greater than b, or here we are taking one example, is upper function. Is upper function basically check the capital letter. First letter will be capital, then it will be true, otherwise false. So here computer science is written in small letters, so it means result will be false. Now the next data type is your list data type. As you are already aware, list is a mutable data type. It is basically a collection of items and having a index values. So next is your tuple in Python. List and tuple both are same, but list is mutable, means you can modify it, and tuple is immutable, means you cannot modify it. Modify means you cannot change the existing values whatever is written in the tuple. And how to declare it? As you know, in list we are using the brackets, the square bracket, and here we are using the simple curly bracket. And after then we have set in Python, but we haven't discussed it, so just only the definition of set. Set here is it is an unordered collection of unique and immutable, means which cannot be modified. Example is also given here, curly brackets is given. Next is your dictionary. We have done that. It is an ordered collection of item, and each item consists a key and value. What is the role of dictionary in Python? As you know, suppose in a class we have number of students, so we have to store the data of student roll number along with the name. So we can pair up the values according to the roll number. Like roll number 1, with roll number 1 will be the student name. Then roll number 2, along with that we have a another student name. So we can pair up the values. In real life example you can take like lock is having a key, so both are together. So we can see different examples, so where we have to pair up the values. So now see how to do that. We have to write the key name, then colon we have to write the key values, and curly brackets we have to use. If you want to see any key value, so we have to write here the key name. For example, here is subject, so we are writing the subject. So in output you can see here subject is displaying computer science, and subject computer science means it is the key name, and class 11 is a key value. Now we are going to start the next topic, operator. As a simple operator as here, plus, minus, multiply, divide. For division basically we have two operator. First is your forward slash, then again double slash. So for single slash basically is used for the point decimal division, and double slash is used for the integer division. So we have to take some example. Now see the example of all these arithmetic operator for doing the arithmetic calculation. So here we need two operand. Operand means variables, values basically, and in between we have a operator, plus, minus, multiply. Now see here the example, x is 5, y is 4. So if we are using integer division means single slash, so output will come here 5 divided by 4, it will come 1. But if we are using 1, here is something wrong. Okay, I will discuss later, just wait a second. Now see, here is a integer division, x divided by v, it's a decimal division, x double divided by y, it's a integer division. So in double division it will come 1, but in decimal division also I have written 1. You have to tell the error, what is error here, because I have written, so that you will understand the difference. So now just tell me what the output will come exactly here. You have to WhatsApp me this. Next is here your double star, basically your power operator. Here will be a number, then power. So x is 5 and power is 4. So what will be the output here? You can see the output, but you have to tell me this answer again. Next is your operator. Operator here, how to calculate GST, and here is given how to calculate EMI. It is for the IP students, not for you. After then, operator continue here, greater than, less than, double equal to, not equal to, greater equal to. Here are few examples, you are already aware with that. What does it mean? Or and operator, if you have two conditions together, if both the conditions is true, then result will be true, otherwise false. In our case, as you know, if any one condition is true, then answer will be true, otherwise false. So here are some examples you can check out. Next is your logical operator, and operator, or not operator. So we have already done. Not means basically it is give you the false result if it is true, and it will give you true result if it is false, means just opposite. Next is your bitwise operator, but now it is not in the syllabus. Next, after then we have in and not in operator. Basically we are using it with the help of loops. So in loop we are using these two operator, in and not in. It can check a particular data type, that it contains a value, yes or no. So here in or not in. Not in means if it does not contain in the list, then it will show you true, otherwise false. So here are few examples, we have already done this. Next, so these are the operator precedence, mean the priorities of the operator as per the given expression, which operator should be solved first. As you are aware with the Bodmas formula, and you are using it for solving the expression, but we should carry forward with other operator also, how is it going to be solved. So we have to learn this table accordingly. After then we have expression, same like all the operator, we have the expression. Whenever we are doing any calculation, so we need to write some expression. Whenever we are writing the condition also, we need to write. So according to the operator we are making the expression, a particular line having some result, like